Robert Service, the bard of the Yukon, has written many wonderful poems about the far north, and for me captures the brash spirit of the Klondike Gold Rush in such epic pieces as The Shooting of Dan McGrew. Please use your imaginations and follow me as I take you in Robert Service style on a visit to a notorious gaming saloon in Dawson City in the Yukon. The year was 98. That's 1898. The day, the 5th of June. A shuffle of gamblers was sweating it out in Diamond Tooth Gertie's saloon. The game was poker, and tension mounted as each man called his hand. Suspicion was high, with holster clips open, for these were the best in the land. But out of this shuffle, one man stood tall, the gambler's gambler, the best of them all. Shane McDougall had won yet again, his final hand, 4 aces. He'd out-cheated the cheaters, and dismay showed on their faces. A noise at the door, and all looked up to see who had entered the saloon, and a hush fell over the gaming tables as they recognized Rory Troon, a manipulator of cards whose tricks brought him fame. His presence in the saloon was a threat to Shane. They glared at each other as the crowd drew aside, leaving only one table and nowhere to hide. The challenge was on, the weapons, the cards. Magician against gamble, the classic on guard. Cut 4 of a kind from a well-shuffled pack. That was the challenge, with no going back. A toss of the coin. Shane McDougall smiles as he cuts the cards into 4 small piles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All were alike, as can be seen, as he took from each pile a smiling queen. The gamblers cheered at their champion showing. Rory Troon frowned, and the tension was growing. Very impressive, but watch this, he opined. I'll produce by magic 4 of a kind, with 1 cut, 2 cuts, a face-up 4, which Rory dealt down and returned for more. Again he cut twice, and you could hear the chips drop as another 4 appeared on the top. His fingers danced swiftly as he played with the pack, and again produced magically a 4 on its back. Shane McDougall looked worried, cast a long glance. This magician was clever, but there was still one last chance. 2 cuts more, and the gambler's pulses began to race, for instead of a 4, Rory Troon turned up an ace. The magician leaned back, his countenance glum, while the gamblers celebrated since their man had won. "One moment," cried Rory, "we're gamblers all. Give me one more chance against Shane McDougall. Odds I can win on 2 hands of 4. You win, and this gold nugget is yours. But if I win, my honor remains a standoff from which no one gains. Give me the cards, I'll shuffle them well," shouted Shane. "I've beaten you once, Rory Troon, and now I'll beat you again. 1 cut. 1 cut, 2 hands of 4. That was it. There'd be no more." "Okay," said Rory. "Let's see what you've dealt." He turned his hand over. 4 jacks, the crowd roars, while Shane turned his hand and revealed 4 fours That can't be, that's unfair. I've just seen the paws in that hand over there, shouted Shane McDougall in obvious despair. The gamblers leapt forward, closed round the pair, guns at the ready, in numbers unfair. While Diamond Tooth Gertie looked down from above, Colt 45 drawn to protect her true love. "Turn your first hand over," shouted Shane face to face, and Rory Troon did just that. Ace by ace. The sound of a shot rang through the saloon. Mortally wounded fell Shane at the feet of Rory Troon. The gamblers stood frozen, and all that was seen was smoke from the gun of Gertie the Queen. To this day you hear tell of the showdown at Gertie's Saloon, the magician vanquished gambler, and the time was high noon.